Hey, what's up, guys? Purpose Driven Live Sports and Gaming back here with another video. I just want to do a quick video today for you guys. The Bucks lost to the Miami Heat last night. The Heat led for most of the game. They ended up winning. I think it was 105-89. It was the second time the Bucks have been held to under 100 points. But this time they ended up taking the loss. It was a big topic of conversation in the sports media. People talking about they have concern for the Bucks, saying that this could be, looks like it did last year in the playoffs, them getting shut down by the Toronto Raptors with this strategy, walling up the paint against Giannis and, making them shoot perimeter jumpers. So I do see what they're saying because it did work last year, though I will say it didn't help last year because I remember Giannis did average still 22 and 10 in the series still anyway, but it didn't help last year or the last two games that the Bucks have played that their shooters have just not been hitting open shots. It just hasn't helped them. They've shot last night. I think they shot 7 of 33 from 3-point range, that is abysmal. That's just terrible. So that in itself didn't help him. And Giannis, he went 6 of 18, so that didn't help him either. I mean, it's just I think every guy's gonna have games like this. But you have people in the media, Kendrick Perkins, who says he saw fear in Giannis' eyes against the Miami Heat, which that's a bunch of baloney. What does he have to fear? He had one bad game. Jay Williams on the same show they go on ESPN Get Up. Jay Williams, who to me had a great point. We weren't saying this about the Lakers when they lost, by I think 17 to the Grizzlies the other day. We didn't say that about him. When they got beat, he got beat with Anthony Davis against the Grizzlies, they're a playoff team, the 8th seed, but that's still a team that you would think the Lakers would have a good chance against to beat. And then you have the Clippers, who have lost to, I think, Sacramento twice this year, a team that the Clippers have not lost to a lot of. In the past 5 years, they have a winning record against them. So, it's just good teams have bad nights, but why does it seem like since LeBron is in the conversation with Giannis for MVP, it seems like they took this night and kind of just, kind of blew it up out of proportion. It's just things like that just, you can kind of figure out what the media's narrative is, which is they kind of want to see LeBron win the MVP. Is it because of Kobe's death? Now he's carrying on the torch in LA? I don't know. That's probably it, because that seems like the story and the narrative that they want to happen. So, for me, I don't take anything away from the game last night. I'll just say that. Because I think, not really because the second half of the back-to-back 3 games in 4 nights, I just think that when your shooters have been off the past 2 games and you're not hitting perimeter shots, I think there's a difference. If Milwaukee hits half of those 3 that they take, to me that changes the whole complexion of the game. Because in that wall that you have up against Giannis, you can't necessarily do that the whole game, which they were able to do because they couldn't hit outside jumpers. They could not hit 3-point shots. If they were hitting those, then whatever they were doing to Giannis, like I said, that wall, it starts to get knocked down, right? Because then you have to get out to shooters because you're worried about them knocking down shots. Let's say they hit out of those, 33, they hit 14 threes instead of 7. That's, what is that, an extra... Well, that's just double the points, right? So that's, 42. That'd be a 42-point differential, basically. A lot of different things could have happened. So I don't take this game as a big deal. I don't know why the media does, but I don't. So, but I think that's gonna do it for this video. I'm just talking to you guys about, the media narratives. It seems like every day that grows, it seems like, I don't know, man. It just seems like they want Giannis to either lose and they just want to hype LeBron up more. It just seems like that. And I don't have anything against LeBron. I think objectivity, like I've said many times before, is what's lacking here. You can have fans, you can be fans of somebody, can be favorites, but I think when you work in sports media, I think you should be objective and you should be fair in your criticism if you want to criticize people. And I just don't see a lot of that. I see a lot of favoritism, and I see a lot of favoritism towards big market teams like the Lakers are. Lakers are in LA. It's a big market. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's not a big market. So LA Clippers and LA, big market. Pelicans, you have the Grizzlies. Even Houston, that's a big market. But Pelicans and Grizzlies, those are small market teams. So those are the teams that are going to get coverage. Those are the teams that aren't really, if they have a great player, he's not going to get as much attention as a LeBron would or a Kawhi Leonard. But, that's just the name of the game. You hear Colin Cowherd talking about it, saying LeBron's a better shooter, LeBron's a better passer, saying then LeBron should be the MVP. Talked about it yesterday. LeBron should be the MVP, clearly. No, it's Giannis. Giannis has been consistent all year. He's, to me, I've talked about this with LeBron teams. LeBron teams are LeBron-centric. When he leaves the floor, every team he's been on, they perform worse. Why? Because they are made of veterans that just shoot the ball, and they have a few good perimeter defenders on them, but they're not filled out. Giannis's team, the Bucks, they are filled out with players that fit him. That team is filled out. There's one superstar, and then there's one other star, but it's filled out. I love the way that team is built. LeBron's teams, to me, I will make an exception for maybe one of those Miami teams and maybe a Cleveland Cavaliers team that had Kyrie and Kevin Love. But then again, I wouldn't say that. I think every LeBron team is LeBron-centric. And I think he likes his teams that way, maybe because he wants to do everything, or I don't know. But he's always wanted to be able to drive the lane, have shooters spaced out, be able to back down, and then kick it to open shooters. So that's always been LeBron's game. And if you say otherwise, I don't want to say that you don't watch basketball, but I just would say then you're watching a different game than I am watching. That's what I've always seen. So Giannis, everybody keeps talking about Giannis as the better team. Yes, he has a better team filled around him. Does it mean he has better players necessarily? He has more better role players. But LeBron has Anthony Davis. And that's who we wanted. So I don't know why we're complaining. Are the Clippers a better team? Yeah, they have Paul George. They have Kawhi Leonard. But they are filled out with great players everywhere, depth-wise, just like the Bucks are. So that's how I look at it. So, yeah. Colin Cowherd can say that, but every LeBron team is LeBron-centric. Of course, they're going to be worse when he's off the floor. So don't use that point to say he's the MVP. It's not a fair analysis. So once again, tell me what you guys think in the comments. Let me know if there's anything else I should be looking at as well. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.